Welcome to another episode of Art of Eli Presents Speak On It Comics. My boy again.
Blake, good to see you again.
Good to see you, brother.
As always.
We had the same shirt, so we filmed something earlier, but we figured we'd do some more.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah, that or we don't change our clothes weekly.
Nah, we're not keeping it fresh.
So we decided actually, to do a little bit of more Batman the Animated Series. We talked about Phantasm earlier, so we figured, let's do 3 with one of my favorites, one of his favorite, and one mutual favorite. That was his idea, which is an awesome idea. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like top 3, but not really.
I'm gonna break it up into 3 videos.
So, first one, I'll go first.
Your favorite episode. There's so many.
Not my first favorite, but I'd say definitely one of.
So there's too many to name. How many?
We'll go over
episodes
some point,
that
maybe.
that you enjoy, because I enjoy a lot of them.
Yeah.
But if you had to pick one, if somebody put you up against the wall and said, which one would you want to enjoy and one of your favorites, that is one of your favorites?
Is it the mutual one or just one of my favorites?
I'm going to do yours first.
Okay. This is like one of my favorites. So if I was to tell them my favorite is going to be the 3rd video. But if I was to say my favorite, my favorite one at the moment, not the top, but close, would be Heart of Ice.
Great choice. It's, that was one of the episodes that actually got, I believe, won an Emmy. Yeah. I don't know if it won the Emmy or got nominated.
It won.
It won the Emmy.
Yeah,
Yes. So yeah, it did win the Emmy. Great episode. If for those who don't know, that's the intro of Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
Victor Freeze.
Not the Mr. Freeze from Batman and Robin. Okay.
No, not the one that goes, yeah, Freeze in hell, Batman. What eat the dinosaurs?
Yeah, I say.
God.
But anyway, I'm not.
I like Arnold.
This is not me dissing anyone that likes it. It's just, for me, it's a hard movie to watch.
I like Arnold, but that's a different conversation.
Mr. Freeze in the comics was just a thug. You remember 66?
Yeah.
Actually, one guy was Elias,
66, yeah.
the one who played...
There was three actors who played...
one was the guy from Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there was 3 actors who actually played Mr. Freeze. Each episode that had a... for Batman 66 was a different actor, but that's a conversation for another time. Yeah. But
in this, they wanted to change. Paul Dini wanted to change that Mr. Freeze was just a thug, so they gave him heart. So pretty much the storyline is, it was a loving husband trying to avenge his wife that was murdered. Pretty much later on, we come to find out. Spoiler: she didn't die, but originally she was supposed to.
Well, let's look at the writers here. Okay, according to IMDb Pro, it's
Pro.
Paul. Yeah, well, I'm a pro guy. Yeah. Anyways, Paul Dini.
Okay.
Bob Kane for characters, but also who should also get credit for Batman?
Kevin Conroy.
Bill Finger.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that he didn't get his just due until
that's another
much
story
later.
For another day.
But very
Hulu.
But anyways,
Batman and Bill.
Gene McCurry, uncredited. Eric Radomski, Tom Ruger, and Bruce Timm.
That.
It's always a collaborated effort, as always, which is great.
So pretty much, Victor ends up trying to, like, his wife has a disease. I forgot what it was, what they called it in that. It's like a rare disease, obviously. So he freezes her. And he freezes her on the company time, freezes her on the company's salary.
Yes.
So the boss breaks in and ends up pulling the plugs on everything, kind of pretty much murdering his wife. The scene when everything gets pulled, and the security guards are breaking everything, and the guy's pleading. Like, Victor isn't Mr. Freeze yet; he's human.
Ferris
Boyle.
Ferris Boyle, who was also voiced by Mark Hamill.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So Mr. Boyle ends up cutting all the funds. And
Nora!
Yeah, that scene was heartbreaking. I remember even as a kid watching it, like, I felt bad for that guy, like, and I hated the other guy. And then that was also the whole thing about that story too. Like, if somebody was to hurt or kill the person you love, how much can that change you, or how much vengeance would you seek?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It puts you in a question of, what would you do and how far would you go for love?
Yeah.
And I feel like one of the best scenes in that episode, I feel, is the first time you see Victor Freeze in the suit.
Yeah.
Like if you see the visual, it's he opens the door and you see the glowing eyes and like the dark silhouette.
Yeah.
It's such a great visual. I recommend you. That was very impressionable to me as a kid, and still, it's a great visual.
And you know what was funny about that episode too? As a kid, I understood Mr. Freeze and more than I understood Batman. It's almost like I wanted Mr. Freeze to get his revenge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, like, again, and later on, story-wise, they end up... Because Nora in the comics, she was dead. Like, there was a comic book holiday special. He's in front of her grave. Even the Mondo toy, which is awesome, by the way, comes with the grave.
With it, but, yeah.
I'll put up pictures.
Oh, okay.
But it's pretty much like a mock-up of the character.
Oh, nice, nice.
And it came with her grave. But because maybe, they wanted story reasons, she ends up surviving. But, like, the way the first episode was, she was supposed to be killed. So, like, even, like, the whole impression that she's dead, because obviously you don't see her after the... Nora!
My God.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she's not in the glass thing up until the episode with the Walt Disney guy, remember?
Yeah.
I forgot the what? Deep Freeze.
Deep Freeze, yeah.
That
was the sequel episode.
So it's kind of like cool. Deep Freeze, I guess they bring her... They must have dug her up or something. I don't know. They didn't really go into it because they're kind of like, oh, she's not dead.
Yeah, because he wanted to his technology to live forever. Yeah,
because that guy had her body there.
Yeah,
but anyway,
spoilers.
She was dead. So, like, as a kid watching Batman stop him, I kind of didn't like Batman a little bit. I understand. Even Batman, you could see even he was kind of struggling with it.
Yeah.
Almost like he knew he had to stop him, but then there was a part of him that was kind of like, you know what I mean? He understood. Like, he felt bad for Freeze because technically what was done was an injustice.
Yeah. I like that part, that one pun that Batman does in that episode. I believe it's that one, yeah. He goes, Freeze!
That's Mr. Freeze to you.
Yeah, that was great.
My favorite part of the episode was when, like, Mr. Freeze was about to, like, kill Ferris slowly, too, like, from the legs up. And then Batman comes in, spoiler alert, he beats him with... Do you remember what he beat him with?
Chicken soup.
Ready to fight a cold.
Yeah, chicken soup. But it's such a great episode. And it really, like I said, it transformed the origin of Mr. Freeze, and it's still used today as canon. Yeah. And I think it's a lot better origin story for Victor Freeze versus being a henchman or a hired gun. And not saying that prior to it was bad, but it's a lot better, and and it's become iconic.
Yeah.
So that's what I say with that.
And my favorite part was when he's like frozen up to here. Batman beats him, and then poor Mr. Freeze is trying to, like, the chicken soup broke and poor Freeze is defeated, and then Batman ends up walking away while the guy's shivering, and he says, remember Boyle got the humanitarian award. He won an award for being the humanitarian. And then Batman walks by and says, good night, Mr.
Good night, humanitarian.
Kind of like in a disgusted way.
Exactly.
So that was Bruce showing, like, what?
It came full circle, and the character...
He didn't save him. He didn't break the ice, and nothing. Batman's like, you suffer.
Yeah, exactly. Because he was such a terrible human being for what he did to Victor Freeze. And, it comes back to what I always say in storytelling, like, sometimes karma.
It's a B word.
Yeah.
So on that note,
I hope you enjoyed it. And that was a great choice.
So,
Heart of Ice.
Look for part 2. Coming soon.